you don't really ever sit down to watch JML adverts, so you get a pretty wrong idea of what it actually entails. Like, I thought it was going to be a bunch of a bunch of like positive bullshit and lying from a position of like fake authority, which is why it ties in so well to my video.
Because now there's the Incredibrella from JML.
The thing I like about this, that why the fuck do they broom up? Why brush up things that are already in one place?
JML.
Iffy on execution, JML has got the solution. 5 guidelines, tips, and industry secrets to aid the average player who happened to have searched my video. Now, I don't know about you guys, but whenever I see someone ask about like execution for anything and get given advice, the advice tends to fall into just practice more, or is someone measuring their fucking EP telling you the combo is easy and that you suck. Both are unhelpful, and that is a very reliable summary of what you're going to see. Because in everything else that you could be bad at, or that you'd ask advice on, actually, I can't say because I don't fucking ever ask for advice. What I'm assuming is that people don't just say practice more or oh it's easy. I think that's just an internet thing. Let's get right into it. Number 1, sometimes your motions are just shit. Even if you think it's the easiest thing on the planet, and if you just practice more, it'll get better. Bad advice. Because what will happen is, either you'll think that and you just like waste time doing the same thing, and eventually, after being pissed and frustrated that you keep fucking up so often, it'll click.
I couldn't teleport either. I just teleported, you did that instead. Didn't do Death Ray, oh my god, I got robbed.
Or you'll complain at your controller and think that isn't picking up inputs, or it's dropping it, or whatever the fuck else it could be doing. Now, like, if you can prove that, then everyone will have to believe you. But chances are it's you and not the controller. Now, I do believe Xbox One controllers suck dick for like fucking motions. I think they're awful. Like, you press down, and it's down back or down left or something ridiculous. Like, the down on it is so small. Like, it's like a third of what it should be, like in terms of size, I think. Not a third, maybe like half. But it feels wrong. Like, it's not a proper, you know. And anyway, my solution to poor motions in pressure scenarios is to do like thumb exercises, doing an emphasized version of the motion. Like, if a DP wants you to do a DP motion, you instead do forward to down back to forward, you know, because that's slightly extended, and yeah, because if you do this motion, because in combos and in easy situations, your slow clean one will work more often than not. Like, it's going to be consistent. But outside of that, where there's more pressure on, you need a quicker motion, and if you do something quicker, it tends to be sloppier. So yeah, I think emphasized motions are a really helpful thing. Number 2, and listen up, this one's important, is break combos down into segments of speed. Because when you first see people learn a combo, like, they tend to mash first of all, but the next thing they tend to do is to do it rhythmically, like do 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 do, and chances are it won't work. So what you have to do is here's a really simple example is links and cancels in Street Fighter 4. They're like, it's jab jab, link, cancel. So it's 2 different sections: a fast bit, a pause, and then a fast bit. Like, you have to do that for any combo that isn't working, and just break the sections down into comfortable bits for you. Sometimes even that doesn't work, because sometimes you like break it down wrong, and it becomes awkward. It becomes like 3 different bits, and you know whatever. You'll work it out. It's not a practice more thing. It's if someone actually whatever. Next one. Number 3. If it's hard for you, but normal players can do it easy, there's probably a trick. KOF has some cool ones. Like Cooler has a DP into a double half circle back super, and if you try and do that as it's listed, it's impossible. But if you do half circle back forward punch as your DP, and then half circle back super, it does it, and it's like, it's still pretty difficult, and it's not practical as that. No one plays Cooler and has 3 bars ever, because Cooler has a DP and some of the best meatless damage in the game. Why would you play it with 3 bars? Still, it's something. There's more like that. Leona has a down-up charge move that she can cancel into quarter circle back, quarter circle forward super. If you do it normally, it's really hard, but it is possible, and it's quite inconsistent. But if you do it down, half circle back up button, quarter circle forward super, it becomes much easier. It becomes a very consistent and reliable way to get damage. Number 4, never mash. Mashing inhibits your process. It's good to change the pace in which you try things, but mashing is unreliable and will fatigue you more than the normal speed you're meant to do it, more than likely. Like, fatigue pressing buttons, it is a thing. Like, people do, you will, like, if you do something for too long, regardless of what it is, you're going to fuck something up, and then you're going to be tired of it, you're going to be bored of it, and then you have to come back to it at some other point.
Fuck.
Like, if you want to improve speed, you have to practice controlled things and just get faster. Like, that's the way to do it. That's the way the musicians would do it, so that's the way it works here. Number 5, don't do what the game tells you to do. Do what you want to do. I think this is a discipline problem for me, but trials are always awful. Like, I want to see its application before I learn it, and if you want an applicable thing to learn, then normally trials and impractical combos are better off ignored in favour of something you've seen someone else do and is working and getting stuff, getting a reward. You know, like, those impractical combos are normally like 1 in a million scenarios, or the optimized version is for 20 more damage, whereas if you just spend that time somewhere else, you'll probably benefit more. Like, if you're missing 3 anti-airs in the game and they're hitting things because of it, like, that's something you should notice. Is like, yeah, that's pretty bad, probably should fix that. 5.1, not all execution is combos and motions. Like, it can be movement, and it probably is movement that helps most players. Or just being fluid in faster games and being able to think about what, not having to like process fully what you're doing, and just doing things that are, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but the thing is, if the faster you play, the less you have to think about what you're doing, the more you can think about what they're doing. And there's still and keeping in control while not flowchart as well. That's pretty important. There's no trial that'll help you do that, but you just have to see people do it, being effective with it, and then steal it. And that's why it's 5.1, because it's similar to 5.
Not positioning with your hitbox, and that's a difficult concept for a lot of people.
When you first come into learning things about these games, you're literally looking for a step-by-step guide, and that just doesn't exist. Like, the thing you'll get is some asshat telling you don't jump and practice more. It's just like, what is this? The philosophy of don't jump is sound, but that is not what you're looking for, and it's really annoying, and it's really gonna hurt a lot of players' progress.